Welcome to Video-Tutorial.Net's course on Invent. Video-Tutorials.Net is an authorized Autodesk publisher and a leading provider of CAD tutorials today. Thanks for choosing our course to help you learn Inventor. In this course, we're going to learn about the Inventor interface in great detail, sketching, and basic modeling. Autodesk launched Inventor in 1999, its first 3D parametric modeler. Today, 3D parametric modelers are the dominant design tools in the market. Parametric modelers constrain and track the relationships among the geometric entities in your model, and thus let you make a change and regenerate the entire 3D representation of the model without having to start from scratch. Parametric modeling uses parameters to define a model, dimensions, for example, constraints. The parameter may be modified later, and the model will update to reflect the modification. The model can be dynamically reoriented in real-time shaded 3D, and of course this helps a designer or engineer maintain a mental 3D image. Three-dimensional design, or 3D design, is increasingly a requirement for design and manufacturing. We're moving away from the concept of the electronic drafting board to the mechanical design tools that dominate the marketplace today, like Inventor, SolidWorks, Solid Edge, and CATIA. Because computers these days are getting faster and faster, parametric modeling software is becoming more and more common and at an increasingly competitive price. Hence, you find yourself training to use this software. So what exactly is a 3D parametric solid or surface model? We're going to just spend a minute here talking about that. Basically, a model consists of a group of features added one at a time until the model or part is complete. In my graphic area, I've currently got an assembly model. An assembly model pulls together individual part models, the cube, the fastener, etc. Now let's take a look at one of the parts inside my assembly. Here's the cylinder. A part consists of one or more features. In my cylinder, it's a single extrusion. Back to the assembly. An assembly consists of multiple parts. One very cool thing about 3D parametric modeling software is that you can generate drawings from either parts or assemblies in a variety of views. If you're used to the AutoCAD environment, Inventor may appear difficult to use at first. AutoCAD works like an electronic drafting board, but Inventor is a mechanical design product. You focus on creating a model of your design. You normally start in the sketch environment. That's where you create a number of fairly simple sketches to create a 2D model of your part. Then you move to the part environment and you use those sketches to create one feature or multiple features. Then you move to the assembly environment where you create assemblies from those parts. Many commands in AutoCAD are quite specific and require great familiarity with the software to use well. In Inventor, things are a little more simple. You switch environments depending upon which stage of your model you're at. Assemble, design, model, inspect, etc. Let's go back to my part, the cylinder. Let's take a look at the drawing environment or sketch environment. I expand the extrusion in the model browser and double-click on my sketch to activate it. Now I'm in the sketch environment. This is where you draw and dimension sketches. Click on Finish Sketch on the ribbon bar to accept your changes and exit the 2D sketch environment. We're back at the Model tab now, and now we're able to create a feature. Notice that there's no Assemble tab for my part. However, once I activate the assembly, I've got an Assemble tab available. Those are just a couple examples of how you manipulate the Inventor interface. We'll be covering that in great detail in this section of the course. Now let's talk briefly about installing Inventor. To install and run Inventor with good computer performance, you're going to need at least 2 GB of RAM for moderate-sized models and assemblies, and much more if you're engaged in large assembly design, probably something like 8 GB of RAM on a 64-bit operating system. Autodesk posts a minimum requirements for basic educational study with small tutorial-sized assemblies, 512 megabytes of RAM, 1.5 gigabytes free hard disk space with an additional 1.8 gigabytes of hard disk space for the Content Center. Those are the standard part libraries. And as you of course know, you do need quite a bit of free hard disk space for a program to run well, so keep that in mind as well. Finally, we invite you to take advantage of the communities and support offered by Autodesk at its website, AutoDesk.com. I've just navigated to Communities. There's a lot of resources here for valuable training info and sample models. Let's go to Students and Educators. Here you can get free downloads, tutorials, ideas, and designs. You'll just need to register, but it is free. And let's close that page and go check out Discussion Groups. Communities, Discussion Groups. Here you access specific product forums where you can find very helpful, very specific information or ask a question. Of course, another good resource for tips and tricks is YouTube. We've got a lot of our stuff posted there too. There's many good resources for CAD designers and engineers online today, and familiarizing yourself with these will definitely speed up your study of Inventor. This concludes our introduction to our course on Inventor. Look forward to helping you learn this powerful design software.